Hello everyone and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix on the PlayStation 4. We are of course playing on the hardest difficulty in the game, Critical Mode. In the last episode we went over to the Land of Dragons, checked on Mulan, and dealt with the mysterious man. Somebody who uses the Soul Eater, the same sword that Riku is known for using. Interesting. And we also defeated Storm Rider. In this episode, we are going to head to Port Royal and see what our good friend Jack Sparrow and Orlando Bloom are up to. Let's go ahead and land in Port Royal. That's coming from the port. Let's check it out. What's coming from the port? There is no noise whatsoever, game. Just letting you know. Just letting you. I was hoping we could fire a cannon. We can't. So this same thing is here. No new items or anything have arrived. You could, of course, talk to the Moogle shop and drop off all synthesizing materials if you wanted, which will give us some things. We also got a recipe for the Queen recipe for the Save the Queen, the most powerful weapon in the game for Mr. Donald. So that's pretty cool. We can also save if we so choose, but we're just going to continue on because there's no real reason to save right now. We did just land.
Jack!
Zola, some assistance?
That's Sora, Donald, and Goofy.
Will you leave a mate to perish?
Aye, aye.
So we are facing the pirates yet again, and as always, Jack is going to join our party. We're going to keep Donald in there because Donald is so strong when it comes to fighting pirates because of magic. We are going to open on these guys and not use that. We're actually going to use a cure here, and because we have finishing plus, this is actually going to do a ton of damage to these guys, as you can see just from that. And we'll go ahead and freeze them again. I actually would love to freeze the bomb guy right here. Unfortunately, we did run out of magic, but that's okay. The freezing is just so handy for us, and we'll go ahead and kill this guy real quick. Thank you very much. Now, don't forget that the Rumbling Rose Keyblade that we got from Beast Castle does have finishing plus, which makes our spells better. Those pirates were cursed. Huh. I thought we'd seen the last of the curse of the Aztec gold. What gives? Some scallywag must have got greedy. Oh, I see. You don't trust me, do you? That was a terrible voice. That was a terrible voice, Corey. Likely a wise choice. I am a pirate, mates. Jack, Sora! Oh, that's not Orlando. I thought that was Orlando Bloom. No, that's Elizabeth Swan. Elizabeth! Some sticky business is afoot, I fear. Wait, Jack. I need your help. The cursed pirates have returned. Will had to find out why, and he went to Isle de Muerta to check on the Aztec treasure. I fear something's happened. You have to take me to him. Aye, that there is. If you'll be wanting him rescued, best do it alone, lass. Alone? Really, Jack? Sail to the island and take on the cursed pirates? Well, if any lass could. Are you sure he's in trouble? No, not certain, but he's been gone too long. I wanted to go with him, but he insisted I stay here. I can't just sit and wait. Keira Knightley, by the way, is such a bad actor. I've got to know if he's alright. She's so bad. Lucky man. Please, Jack. Please take me to him. Hold on, I see no profit in it for me. I shall reward you. You do owe Will. He has saved your life before. Right, shall we? Alright, let's go save him. So we can talk to Elizabeth Swan if we want. And the reason why, what I just said about the reason why the finishing plus is actually better, so we can almost get this, not quite, one day we'll be able to. It's actually better because the way it works is if you use a spell at the end of like a combo or just use a spell at the end, I think it's 3, it will count as a finishing move. Magic counts as a finishing move. So that finishing plus actually helps it do a ton of damage. I want to head into town real quick. I don't actually think there's anything we can get here. There are some Heartless that we can fight if we so choose. And I did not mean to do that. I meant to actually hit this guy, but that's okay. We can kill these guys real quick. And we should probably just head on with, you know, where we're going. There's nothing really over here that we could get, but just keep that in mind. Of course, don't fight the pirates when they're over here, because that's going to be totally useless. Wait for him to come over. Thank you. Look at how much damage that does. Goofy did level up, though, hit level 35. All right, I just wanted to come over here real quick. We actually want to go on the ship, though. That's more important right now. So let's go over here and do that. And obviously, using Blizzard, you want to keep Rumbling Rose, but there's nothing wrong with switching to maybe a different Keyblade that will help your MP just a little bit. And obviously, unfortunately, we can't get this yet, but the day will come when we can. Elizabeth is so worried, we better... Oh, why did I give that voice to Goofy? Elizabeth is so worried, we better... I don't even know! I'm crazy. Crazy. I can't believe Will went back to Isle de Muerta. What's the big deal? I don't know, Donalds. I don't know what's wrong with Will. Bootstrap Turner. There is another coin, another puzzle piece right here that we can grab for a daylight puzzle piece. And then we can go ahead and talk to Jack. Why am I going back to Isle de Muerta? That's a great question, man. So we are going to head, we can't go to that other area, but we can go, we can go here to the Isle de Muerta. And of course, we are going to be jumped by pirates. Oh my God, it's almost like this is Pirates of the Caribbean. And then we'll wait for him to come down. Perfect, thank you. And we'll just go ahead and beat up on these guys just for a little bit. And then we'll turn around, see if we can get a couple blizzards in here real quick. And one more, just for good measure. And there we go, he's down. And then, of course, we can focus on this guy as well. And hopefully be able to take them down without any real trouble. Now, there are some Heartless here that are going to spawn, like the Lance Knights. Luckily for us, though, we can kill these just by focusing on them. We don't have to worry about, oh my God, are you in the light right? In the light right? No. Oh my God, right light. What is wrong with me? I can't speak today, guys. I can't speak today. There we go, Lance Knight's down. Anytime you can defeat enemies for the experience, it's a great time to do so. We do just, we're under leveled. We're under leveled. This is a battle level 37 world. Goofy just hit 35. And Goofy is always the first to level, then Donald, then Sora.
Interceptor off the starboard bow!
Will! Stop that, Jack! We've got to rescue him! Will! Wake up!
Elizabeth,
What happened?
the medallions, and the stone chest. Someone's taken them. Next thing I knew, we were attacked. But I couldn't see who it was. His face was shrouded in a black hood.
The organization.
We found a way out of the cave. But the villains sent a horde of terrible creatures after us. I've never seen their likes before. I think I'm the only one who made it back to the ship.
Will!
Elizabeth, I feel rather...
Our turn, guys.
You'd best go prepared. We've no idea what's out there.
Pardon me, lads and lass, but your captain will have no monsters today. Thank you. We're turning for home.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Well, that's not good. Oh, hey, look at this. Okay, there we go. We got it. And then we can also not open any chests. There's no chests in here. I was just kidding. So Organization 13 is now in this world, huh? They must be up to no good. We'd better be up on our guard. Indeed. Jack doesn't want help still. We can't just ignore Organization 13. You're so right, Donald. We can talk to Bootstrap Bill, who says, where did those monsters come from? There may be more of them nearby. Sorry, everyone, but I need some rest. Do be careful, Legolas. And then Elizabeth Swan's not going to say too much. And neither really is Jack, just that he doesn't really want to deal with any of this. So, once you head outside, be prepared for a battle.
Don't remember inviting you.
So it was the organization. We'll handle this. Huh?
The darkness of men's hearts, drawn to these cursed medallions, and this Heartless, a veritable maelstrom of avarice. I wonder, are they worthy to serve Organization 13?
And you want an answer now?
Precisely.
Now is a great time to just unload on this boss, and seriously, don't even worry about it. I'm not even joking. Just attack the boss as much as you can. Don't let it jump into the shadows, or else you actually can't do damage. You just want to jump in, see how much damage you can actually do to it. You can go ahead and use a limit if you want, but there's no real, like, oh my god, I need a limit or else I'm going to die. And we can just keep attacking him. He won't actually do much. He attacks really, really, really softly. This is the Grim Reaper, and this is the first time we'll fight him. I promise, though, we'll actually fight him again. I didn't mean to use Wisdom Form there. That's actually not what I meant to do at all, but that's okay. We can, you know, do some stuff here. And also, it is worth mentioning that he will suffer the same effects as other enemies, like undead enemies when he's frozen, stuff like that. So that's unfortunate. I'm actually going to revert just because I kind of wasted that. I did not mean to hit Wisdom Form there, but again, this fight doesn't matter. You can just do whatever you want to do. You're not in any risk of dying at all. This is even easier than the Mysterious Man fight. And then we'll just go ahead and finish him off. Sora will get the get bonus, the horizontal slash, and the HP has increased for our friend Donald, and Goofy learns draw.
Oh boy! Not over yet.
Throw him overboard.
Aye aye.
Holly!
Excuse me?
Barley?
It's a bit of the pirate's code. Anyone who invokes parley must not be harmed till negotiations are complete.
This is no time for rules.
True. But as we're honorable pirates, we should always stick to the code. Alright, you. Out with it.
I surrender the chest with my humblest apologies.
Rather accommodating of you, mate. And for that you want...
Just a few souvenirs. For the memories.
Huh?
Oh no! We can't stop the curse unless we got all the medallions!
Our friend's about to learn what it means to cross a pirate.
Oh.
Sora, Donald, Goofy, it's yours.
Fire!
You stole a medallion again?
Were I only that fortunate.
Fortunate? So, how come you're all skeleton-y?
Perhaps I got a touch of something from that monster what attacked us. Yet, why is the skin resting right on you three?
'Cause we're not greedy! What do you get to that?
That still doesn't solve the mystery.
Gorge, maybe the reason we're all okay is because we're not from this world. There must be different yours.
Yeah. We're always just passing through. Wonder when we'll see home again.
Sora.
Just kidding you. Lucky we didn't get cursed, huh?
Quit yammering, mates. We've got to find ourselves a ship that'll float.
Well, we can grab this and find ourselves in this new area. This is all that's left of the Interceptor. So this is a completely new area to Port Royal. You could not come here in the beginning, obviously. But right here, we can open this chest and grab a Feather Charm, which gives us the summon for Peter Pan. Now, I've realized that my playstyle in this game means that I don't use a lot of summons. But I can kind of go through a little bit of what each of them do real quick while we're here, just because we got Peter Pan. So when you summon Peter Pan, all summons use drive gauges in this game, and I think I mentioned this in previous episodes, but if not, I should mention it now. I tend not to use summons. That is not ideal. There are so many strategies that you could use in this game that really take heavy use of summons. Peter Pan is a summon that a lot of speedrunners used to use. Now they found other techniques, but he does a ton of damage for melee. Like anytime you need to physically attack something, he is wonderful. Unfortunately for us, we don't really use him here in Port Royal. Stitch, I've actually talked about Stitch a few times. Stitch will summon and he'll actually kind of take parry enemies' attacks from you. He's a defensive summon, really. He can also lick the screen, and anytime he licks the screen, that will refill your MP, which is very handy. And he can also play the ukulele, which will make all the enemies that you can see drop the health and MP orbs, which is pretty handy. Genie will take the form of a drive gauge. You can actually select which one you want, so or a drive form, I should say. So a Valor form Genie or a Wisdom form Genie. You can actually make him do that. We actually haven't used that, but we will be using that later on in the game. Chicken Little, we've already shown. I'd never use Chicken Little. He's just kind of useless to me. But don't worry, I'll go through all of them in a future episode that will be just about summons, and I'll give you guys a little tutorial video on summons. All right, so we talked to all these guys. Nothing good's gonna be going on. We need to go look because we need to go find the 4 medallions that were stolen. But first, let's save. Now, once you've saved, you can go ahead and talk to Jack. If someone declares parley, a pirate must cease hostilities and negotiate. That's just the way it is. Even pirates have a code. Donald says, we were knocked from the Black Pearl over by the Interceptor by that Heartless. If the Interceptor wasn't so sturdy, we would have sunk before winding up here. And Goofy says, there seems to be where ships drift to. There may be a boat in good enough condition to use. Let's go look. All right, Goofy, let's head outside, see if we can find them. Now, we are going to have some enemies, but this is also a completely new area of Port Royal. Right off the bat, of course, we are going to be, found by a bunch of guys. So we're going to Blizzard right off the bat, see if we can get a bunch of kills on that pirate, or a bunch of blizzards out on that pirate. We were able to do that, and we were able to destroy him. We're going to wait for him, and then we're going to freeze him. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work because of the way the game works. We got to bring him into the shadow. This place sucks to fight, by the way, just because there's so little. Right there, we were able to grab a Serenity Gem, which again is used for, oh god, oh come on, oh god, move. Oh, this sucks so bad. Come over here, dude. Come over here. Let's cure. Thank you. There we go, he's dead. That was annoying. And then right over here, we can grab another puzzle piece, one that we weren't able to grab because, again, new area. And we can go ahead and grab this chest, which has the King's Recipe, which is incredibly useful for Goofy because it allows us to make a weapon for Goofy by synthesizing, which we'll talk a lot about. And then, of course, we can go ahead and kill these guys who thought they could mess with us, but they can't because we're insanely strong, because we are Sora, Donald, and Jack. Okay, there we go, and finish them off, perfect. And then we'll go ahead and finish this Lance Knight, just because they're just boring ass Heartless compared to the pirates. And then we'll head into here for a little cutscene. This is a gambler nobody who has. This is a gambling nobody that has a medallion. Now, you can actually go ahead and wait to destroy him. Use a reaction command, which is actually a game that he'll play with you. The gamblers are super lucrative when it comes to money, and there will actually be some tricks that we can use to get a ton of money from them.
3 more to go.
How do you know?
A pirate must have a keen eye, else he won't be sailing free for very long. Savvy?
What? What's that?
Ahoy, mateys!
Ridiculous imitation, and yet I'm flattered.
A medallion that is cursed, it is engraved with the picture of a skull. And we get the ship graveyard map. Jack, what happened? This is horrible. Ah, but who's to blame for it, eh? Well, it certainly isn't Elizabeth. It's Organization 13. They're the ones behind it all. Wonder where they went. The hooded man took the pirates and his creatures with him into some strange hole. We saw them leave from inside the captain's stateroom. Didn't occur to you to fight them, mate? I'm no fool. I knew I was no match for them. That I believe. Sora, I think we'll need your help. Got it. First, let's find all the medallions. Otherwise, the curse can't be broken and the creatures will remain invincible. Alright, sounds good to me. So, we're gonna head back to the ship graveyard, even though we find ourselves here in the Black Pearl, because again, there's a huge area here that we just weren't able to get to before. So we are going to head to the ship graveyard. Now, we have to go all the way down here to fight this guy who's sitting on the, all the way underneath here. But again, you can see that we actually have a time now before the nobody escapes. So we can jump in on this guy. Don't even worry about using the reaction commands here, just because you only have a certain amount of time to kill them. Luckily, we were able to take him down and get the medallion. 2 more medallions are needed. Right there, we can get an AP boost, which is handy for us. Again, we've never been here before. So these are all new chests, and this is the first time that you can get them. So you might as well just come and get these chests now. Right there, we got an orichalcum. And then if I'm not mistaken, I believe, do we have to... Ooh, we might actually have to use a drive gauge just to get up there. Right there, we got a meteor staff for the one and only. Oh, we could have hopped down here, and I just didn't even realize. I forgot that this way was here. My bad, team. My bad. So I went the wrong way there, but we can go ahead right up. Oops, that's not that. And equip that on Donald, because if I'm not mistaken, it's actually a really good meteor staff for him. It is. Increases damage done with thunder-based attacks by 20%, which is pretty handy. So we're going to go ahead and use that on Donald. And then, of course, we're going to skip this for now. We can come back when we get some more growth abilities to actually get those, because I don't want to use my drive gauge. We're actually going to need it soon, so there's no point in using it. So we've already been this way, and unfortunately it looks like we're actually going to be greeted by some of these guys instead of who I was hoping for. But again, that blizzard just does so much to these dudes. You can really, really just wreck house with them. Look at how much that actually did. 1 MP bar, and we were able to kill all of them. And there is a gambler up here, and we have about 2 minutes to take him down, so we should be able to do that. We're actually going to pass over these guys, lock onto him, and just go ahead and open up on him. And then back shuffle on that so that we don't actually end up dying. And we should be able to kill him and claim our medallion pretty darn quick. There we go, we were able to get it. And we just need to watch out for these guys, or just, you know, proceed and just skip them. That works too. That wasn't actually exactly what I meant to do, but that's okay. So we only need one more tiny little thing, and we can actually, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. We can open up on this guy and hopefully be able to kill him real quick. Look at that. Look at how much damage those blizzard spells actually do. Wait for this guy to get into here. I'm waiting for him. I'm waiting for him. And then freeze it. Nice. Unfortunately, he was pushed into the shadows. So these guys can be, you know, a little frustrating just because of the way pirates work. But again, this isn't the first time that we fought them. You can, you know, you can deal with them in any way that you so please. Using back shuffle though, one of the best ways to kill them. But there we go, we killed them. And apparently there is another gambler right over here that we can grab for our third. Oh, because we didn't grab the other one previously. That's why. We must have left before we actually grabbed it. Right there, we'll get it. There we go, one more medallion to go search for nobodies in other areas. So we are going to head this way. We're actually going to leave. We're actually going to, can we leave from this way? Maybe we can't. I think we have to go all the way through. My bad. Okay, back where we landed for the first time, we can actually just head up here and go through the, through where we parked. Stupid me was trying to go a different way instead of realizing that I had to go this way to get back onto the ship. But that's okay. And then we'll find ourselves back on the Black Pearl. Again, we only need one more medallion though, so let's go ahead and head over to the Isle de Morta. We can go here and we can get the last medallion after, you know, we battle the pirates that you end up having to battle because the game is really nice to you and it makes you do stuff like this. But that's okay, we can go ahead and kill this guy. Hopefully cast a couple blizzard spells. There we go, that'll kill him. And then we can just focus this guy down, easy peasy. And you don't actually have to kill these guys. You could just go and jump into the cabin and then come back and be fine. But we're just gonna do this anyways. Battle these, get the free XP, might as well. And then deal with these guys as we so choose. Let them come over here to us. And then just go ahead and blizzard their faces right off. Look at that. Look at how much damage that does. And then we can focus on this guy just himself. Luckily, there's so much room to fight on the ship that is not in shadow. Alright, and look at this! We've already seen that. We've already seen it. Let's go and get the last medallion. Here we go. Here we go, team. Here we go! Let's go ahead and beat this guy real quick. We'll be able to unload on him and be able to get our very last medallion.
That's 4 medallions. We got them all.
But where's the chest?
If we find the hooded man, we'll find it.
Probably in Port Royal.
Why's that?
Organization 13 is after people's hearts, so they're gonna go wherever there's lots of people.
They'll hurt the townsfolk?
No, they're bringing them flowers, mate. I don't know who these organizers are, but I will say they're making we pirates look like proper gents.
Well, Jack. Then, we have to help.
Then let go and hold her run free.
And now we find ourselves back in the Black Pearl. What you want to do here is go save, because we have a pretty cheesy boss fight coming up. So let's go ahead and save the game real quick. And also, you're going to want to load Sora's inventory up with ethers. Alright, after you've saved, you want to make sure that you have Goofy and Jack in your party, not Donald. Donald dies too quickly, to the point where actually he's just not useful for us. Now what we want to do is we want to get ready for a pretty tough boss battle. So we're going to leave the Black Pearl. Something else that I did is I equipped Photon Debugger, the Photon Debugger thing, Keyblade. I equipped that on our master form. So let's go ahead, talk to Jack, and then let's head to town for a really weird, cheesy boss fight.
Go, he's for me.
Now, to break that curse.
The curse, it's gone!
Then what's this?
Oh, I understand. Jack must have been cursed by that monster, not from taking the gold.
Oh, I've no worries then.
It's okay, Jack. We'll just have to defeat the monster, that's all.
Get the gold!
This fight is all about getting the golds. We need to put the medallions into the chest to make him weak, which is exactly what we're going to end up doing right off the bat. Instead, though, we are going to go ahead, cast that, and now I actually forgot to use, I forgot to equip my Thundera on my customize, which is a huge, huge problem. Thundera will actually give you the most medallions from him. And then we just want to go ahead and replace those, turn around, freeze him a little bit, see if we can get the rest of these. He's got one more, so let's go ahead, freeze him one more time so that he can drop the last one, and then we can go ahead and put that in there. That will actually make him so that we can actually go ahead and go in with some combos and do some serial damage to him, which is what we're going to do. Now, no matter what, you're still going to have to do this 3 times, unfortunately. That's just the way that the fight works, but we'll go ahead and lay into him as much as we possibly can, and now he's going to use his spinning attack to get out of there, and we are just going to have to wait. He's going to knock all of those in, and unfortunately, we are stuck with this yet again. So I'm going to cure real quick, and then see if I can go over here for a reaction command called Hinder, which did work pretty well, and that will actually hit him off, and then we'll loot launch. This will knock a ton of missiles off of him, and then if we're not, if we're a little lucky, unfortunately we are out of We are unfortunately out. We want to stay away from him while he's doing that attack, just because there's really nothing you can do. We want to wait for our MP to come back just a little bit faster. We're just waiting, guys, just waiting. Now, he did drop some MP balls that we can go ahead and see if we can grab just a couple of. Stay away from that attack, because if it does hit you, it will knock the medallions out of you. We can go ahead, hit, oh man. Unfortunately, let's see if we can do this yet again for the reaction command hinder, which does work. You can keep doing this and then just loot launch it all the way up, hit him in the face, and that should give him most of these out of here. And then unfortunately for us, we're going to have to blizzard him again, pick these up if we can, blizzard him again, pick all of these medallions up, stay on him, blizzard him again, pick up the rest of these, and then of course we can go ahead, drop these off just like this, turn around, and then lay into him yet again, and hopefully be able to do some mucho damage. Now, something that you can do, and this is something that I recommend doing, is making sure that both of your party members are alive for this next phase, because we are going to do something kind of tricky, which is to use our limit form, which will actually grant us immunity to a huge, powerful attack that he is going to end up doing right now. So we want to go ahead and use Trinity, which will allow us to hopefully be able to not get hit by this, and then we'll just go ahead, break, do that, and then perfect. So we avoided all of that damage. Now we want to go directly into our master form here, and now we want to cast on him and use Thundera as much as we possibly can, which will do a ton of damage to him, and will also allow us to grab all of the, so many of these medallions that he actually dropped, which is perfect for us. And then we'll go ahead, Thunder him again, and then we'll go ahead and Thunder him again. Would have been so much easier if I had remembered to actually put it on my customized bar, but I did not. And then of course we are gonna go ahead and cure up real quick just so that we're able to do this. And unfortunately, we're going to use an Ether right now on Sora, and use another Ether on Sora, and then we will go ahead and use another Thundera on him, and then hopefully be able to freeze him as soon as he's done with this, so that we can go ahead and actually get these into the box. That should be enough, and we'll put these in, and now we can go ahead and not be able to finish him off because he's going to steal some. We need to go over here for their final reaction command, I hope, which is Hinder, and then of course Loot Launch, which will knock all of the medallions that we need out of him, and then we can go and return them, and then, of course, focus him down for what potentially should be the very last time in this fight, if we can pull this off correctly, which you should be able to do. It should be a 3-phase fight for the most part, and we should be able to do this no problem, and then, of course, we should easily have this right now. And Sora gets Magnet Element, and Donald gets Flare Force, which is the most broken ability in this game.
All better.
And not quite, mate.
Sora, bravo.
Just who was that chap?
He is part of an organization that's collecting hearts. First, they release Heartless into different worlds. We defeat those Heartless, then they get the hearts. We're never gonna stop them like this.
What's the plan then?
We gotta find their stronghold and finish them off, once and for all.
Sail in these waters, I've heard some tales, but not a one like this.
Is there any way we can help?
Anything at all.
There is.
And we get the Secret Ansem Report 6.
It's certain we don't need the likes of that hooded fellow and the Heartless about. They'll ruin the market for us true pirates.
So that's why you went to Port Royal. And we thought you actually wanted to save everyone.
A pirate always looks to profit, Miss Swan.
Too bad. You had us going there thinking you'd turned over a new leaf.
The question is, what's beyond the leaf, savvy?
Oh yes. A reward. And what'll it be?
That lovely blade of Sora's.
Huh? Okay, sure.
Hold on, that was far too easy. What's the rub? Ah, there, you see?
Well, you've always got the pearl, Jack.
That I do. But someday I'll gather a bloodthirsty crew and come to take that blade. Chance by then, I'll have the way to wield it. And if I succeed, I'll ask you two to join me. That'd be reward enough.
Done.
Maybe someday Jack will be able to use the Keyblade after all.
Why's that?
Yeah, he and Sora are kind of alike, don't you think?
Are not.
Someday, Jack Sparrow's the worst pirate ever to sail the Spanish Main.
No one could really mean that.
Right. We know he's the best.
I hope we'll get to see him again.
Port Royal. The story of Port Royal is done. And we're done. We get the trophy lifting the curse. Good for us. And we unlock the ways to Halloween Town and Agrabah yet again.
See? I knew it wasn't a glitch. Yeah, but it's still all cloudy and kind of fuzzy. Well, we know one thing for sure. What's that? Whenever Sora, Donald, and Goofy go out and help folks, the reading gets stronger. Gee, I wonder why. Hey, Sora, we're gonna try to find out more about this reading. And while we do, you fellas just keep on questing. We really are counting on you guys.
So that is it for this episode. I want to show you guys Port Royal real quick in Jiminy's journal. I can go ahead and show you if I can find it. Port Royal, thank you. We got all of the treasures. The only thing that we are missing here is it looks like pieces. We got all of the characters, all of the story, all the album, all the treasures. We are just missing pieces. So we will be doing that in a future episode once we get our drive gauges for our drive forms leveled up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. In the next episode, we are going to head to Agrabah, a battle level 40 world. That might be pretty challenging, but we'll see. Thank you guys so much. Showing up on screen right now is some things that you can click, including a link to Patreon for just $1 a month. You can get early access to these videos. Thank you for watching, and remember, never give up, never surrender to the curse of the Aztec gold.